So Ireland 59, Tonga 16. Goodness me, Ireland put Tonga away very tiredly there. Tonga, a dangerous team. We saw the likes of Piatau, who's counter-attacking a bit, but they just couldn't get any sustained pressure onto Ireland. And when Ireland executed, it was imperious. The set piece, the line out especially, was unbelievable. They're ready for South Africa. Can they beat them? Well, time will tell, but they're peaking at the right time. Irish fans will be very happy about that. So let's get into this game, see what came up, see what themes came up. And what was dangerous and ominous for Tonga straight away is Ireland slipped into that quick, slick phase attack play when they're at their best. An early penalty from that, 3-0, and actually for the first time we see the shot clock hit 0, and Sexton very lucky actually to get away with that, but it wouldn't have made a difference, but just an interesting note. And 10 minutes in, Ireland are launching off the line out so well. That line out was phenomenal. Steals as well. Tonga jackling well in this game, but they just can't get into it. And bizarre from Tonga actually is they punt miles downfield. It looks like a great metre gain there, but they don't leave anyone back for the counter kick. And their team cohesion wasn't the best at times. Their defensive lineup wasn't good at all. So things to work on for Tonga for sure. And it's a line-out masterclass on 30 minutes. Ireland getting to width quickly, reversing. But Tonga, they're drifting wide. They are there in numbers. They're doing okay from the start. And it does take a while for Ireland to break down Tonga. But they're carrying on with those slick plays off the line-outs. And it does pay dividends in the end. On 50 minutes, Ireland have had the best of it, but only 3 points up. Then a clumsy obstruction from Peter Amani lets Havili knock over a huge kick, and he kicked at goal very well, so that's 3-3. On 17 minutes, a bit of calamity for Tonga wing Keita, who made a couple of mistakes in this game. He gathered a high bomb, but then dropped it. It looks like Porter scampers in, but TMO spots a knock-on, so a sigh of relief from Keita there. And then on 20 minutes, the inevitable does happen. Ireland capitalise off yet another beautiful launch play from a line-out. I love this line where Sexton throws the big inside pass. Doris is hidden behind the ruck and takes the inside ball and catches the Tonga players overfolding. I ran it as a player, I ran it when I coached some teams, and it does work beautifully sometimes, and it caught Tonga out here. Great try. 10-3, classic Ireland, executed to perfection. And when Ireland play like this, they are the best at taking that training ground move to the pitch, and we see it here, and we saw it multiple times. On 20 minutes, nice play from Charles Piatau, so quick on the counter-attack, stepping players, getting Irish players caught on the wrong side of the ruck, so that is 10-6, another fantastic kick on the angle from Havili. But then the second of Keita's mistakes as he clumsily takes out low after a long clearance kick, and the penalty means it's from where it lands, from where the kick lands, and Ireland say, okay, thank you very much, and just nail a nice, simple, powerful maul, 17-6. And in the stands you can see Paul O'Connell looking particularly smug because he knows his line-out is looking $1 million. The Irish fans are feeling this is a good game for them. They're singing too. It was a great feel-good game. If you were there, please pop a comment below on that atmosphere. It sounded awesome. Tonga, they are getting good turnovers, but they just can't bring that pressure to bear. And then, oh yes, what a team try. Tonga tackle hard, but Ireland, they're just in place in their attack all the time. Even if they're going backwards slightly, they keep going with the side-to-side phase attack. It goes out to Hansen, and it looks like there's a lot to do, because there is. But he steps inside and beats 5 defenders, I counted, on the cutback. What a try. Great finish and team build-up. 24-6. Brilliant stuff. And that's when they're at their absolute best, where every single player knows where they are. So even if it's not perfect, the next phase is ready. 36 minutes, Kelleher splinters off a maul, but amazingly Havili, who's been great for Tonga so far, holds him up. Top work. But there's no stopping the green machine, is there? Conor Murray had been really good in this game, teasing that Tonga defence. All game. He puts Ringrose through on some support, and then it's the hunchback of Notre Dame, Johnny Sexton, who scoots in to score. Try for Sexton. He's grinning like a maniac. 31-6. They know it's a good game for them. Havili, though, kicking at goal well, but then he makes 2 big mistakes, pumps the ball out of play on the full. Not good stuff, and it's starting to look like the perfect half for Ireland, but Tonga get the last attack. Ireland concede a load of penalties, yellow card for Peter Marnie, then a classic number 8 pick and score off a good scrum, 31-11. Good way to finish for Tonga because they were getting played out of the game. And note here, maybe sometimes it's actually better to concede a try and keep 15 on the pitch than take that yellow. Anyway, 31-6 at half-time, top work from Ireland, top execution in attack, they're looking very strong. Now into the second half, and after Havili converts a penalty, actually he goes a bit dodgy with his kicking, and 2 shocking punts in a row kills any momentum that Tonga was starting to build at the beginning of that second half. And also no surprise that Andy Farrell has hooked off Sexton and Kelleher nice and early to get them gradually into their minutes. They're looking decent. Henshaw comes on as well in that second half for much needed minutes, and he looks really sharp. So good player management for Ireland, getting everyone up to speed. And yeah, definitely a couple of Irish players looking particularly tidy. Conor Murray, Hugo Keenan to name a few. Aki as well. Name the guys below that stood out for you. And then it looks really straightforward try for Herring. Tap penalty, and he just powers over himself. But TMO pings him for a double movement, so maybe that's why it looks so simple. But then finally it looks like Tonga are starting to get into this half, as Fafita, the try scorer, makes a clean break but drops it cold whilst running. I mean, that's the most embarrassing thing you can do, so it's just not going their way at all. But on 57 minutes, Ireland do get a nice simple try. Of course, it's off a beautiful line out. Good maul, Casey breaks, and it's just a simple inside ball to blindside winger James Lowe. Really, Tonga should be picking this up a little bit better, but they're really struggling for some reason. 38-15, smartly done by Ireland. The game is out of sight here. And it takes 20 minutes into the second half for Tonga to finally slip into some good phase attack, but the contrast is so stark between them and Ireland. Tonga struggling to get the waves coordinated with speed and deception. It slows down and the Irish defence has no problem. But Ireland aren't done, and goodness me, someone put this Irish line out in a museum. It is a work of art. So slick, planned attack once again. Byrne picking the short line from Aki. He shows great speed to round the last defender with ease. I mean, it does seem too easy, but very nicely converted there. Fantastic execution, of course. The Tonga defence all at sea again on those set plays. 45-16, and there's plenty more to come. Ireland have completely broken Tonga now. It's green wave after green wave of attack, deep in Tonga's territory. Nice run around play, but Tonga, they just can't pick anything. And Aki strolls under the post for a simple dot down as Tonga blame each other. 52-16. Another note here, James Lowe is always used as a big punter for Ireland, but sometimes he can be off. Today he was right on the money. Just everything was clicking for Ireland. The crowd is bouncing. They know they've got a special team on their hands, although they're going to be a bit nervous for next week against South Africa, but they are ready. But time for one more try just before the end. Lovely short pullback passes from that Irish backline, frees Hansen and Lowe to stream upfield 50 metres. It looks like they've just mucked up the final line out, but they steal one instead, and Herring crashes over from short range. 59-16, great outing for Ireland. They are ready. They've done all they can. It doesn't look like they've picked up any injuries. Sexton's fit. They got him off early. They are ready. Can they do it against South Africa? Comments below on this Irish team and the Tonga team, and I'll see you next time.